G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today is March 29, 2023. This is the Nat Gas price update. For those new to the channel, we cover three timelines. We've got the daily, the 4 hourly and the hourly. And that's you'll notice what we look at here is the commodity channel index, the CCI 1500, with a moving average of 400 on all timelines. Now on all the daily is in a pretty strong downtrend, as you can see also by the share price. The 4 hour is actually broken up in a bit of a divergence, and I'll cover that in a second, and also the hourly is also in a downtrend. Now we'll go through each of these in more detail. On the daily, you'll notice I've drawn this descending diagonal trend line as well as this ascending diagonal trend line, this dark blue one at the bottom. We did draw this blue and red support resistance line previously, and it actually broke through the resistance line, and now it's sitting on the diagonal ascending trend line in this little triangular wedge. It's just stuck in there, and it's actually now reached the lower ascending trend line. Just one thing to notice also with the CCI, the reason we use this is it gives us a better, normally it sort of tracks with the moving average 200 of the price chart, but often in charts it gives us an earlier signal to exit the trade, potentially when trading in a direction. For example, if you're going long here, you would have exited probably at that point early there, even though the moving average of the price was going up, and you would have exited earlier at that point there, again early, and that you can see there the price stayed up there above the moving average for a while, but the CCI continued to stay below its moving average. So we just use that as an early, and sometimes an earlier signal to enter or exit the trades. We don't trade that specifically, but we just use that as a trend direction tool. Okay, let's look at the 4 hour chart. Okay, there is a bit of a divergence here on the CCI, again, as opposed to the moving average. The CCI moving average, the CCI is breaking above its moving average, and it's giving us a bullish divergence, whereas the price is showing us a bearish divergence. Now the price is still collapsing, and we're not saying this is not always 100% reliable, but it gives us some level of early indication usually. I've also drawn here an Elliott wave count from that point there, so 1, 2, the third wave down to that bottom diagonal trend line, a retrace on the fourth wave, and then the fifth wave is still playing out. Now that fourth wave normally should rise to about a 30 to 40% level, which is around that area there. Here it's only gone just below the 23% Fibonacci retracement of that range, so of that third wave. So we don't consider that to be a strong wave 4, but still it looks like it's playing out. The fifth wave still hasn't completed, so we're still counting that as a fifth wave, and you can see there more clearly it's touching that diagonal ascending trend line, and it's broken through that first support level. So looking pretty bearish at the moment for Nat Gas, with the exception of this potential, and I say with inverted commas, potential bullish divergence. So we may see it bounce from there, or we may see it break through to the bottom of that diagonal trend line. Looking at the hourly chart, you can see here more clearly the CCI is still in a downtrend, and it's broken through that first support level, and now it's reaching this diagonal ascending trend line, as we said. You'll notice also I've had drawn this Fibonacci retracement, and whenever it drops below the 61% level of any retracement, it generally drops lower, and you can see here it's leveled off initially at the 78%, it bounced off of the 88% a couple of times, and now it's reaching the 100% level almost in the next probably hour or two. So what it means generally, basically, if you're trading short positions, you may want to see how it goes in the coming hours if it drops below that ascending trend line. But just be mindful, there is a divergence here, and we possibly may see a bounce to the upside, but at the moment I wouldn't be too confident about going long. Before that, to be confident going long, I want to see it break at least initially on the hourly chart. I want to see it break to the upside on the CCI, but more importantly, I want to see it break to the upside on the daily chart as well. You can see there we've got a long way to go, but the first signs would be initial break above the hourly, then obviously breaking this to the upside this diagonal descending trend line, and then ultimately breaking above this resistance area. That'd be the key indicator to look out for if it's going to be going long. But at the moment, looks like it's possibly taking more bearish outlook. To understand how to properly trade using the average down approach, we don't use stop losses. Reference the links in the description below. Subscribe and like the channel. Subscribe also to Patreon if you want to support us more, and see you in the next video. Thank you.